Hi everybody, it's Lynn from Contented Crafts. Thank you for watching my tutorial today. I'm going to be showing you how to make this gorgeous floral envelope box which I have made as a birthday box. I was asked by one of my subscribers if I could make this floral envelope box, so this is my version of it. I have made an envelope box in a previous video, so I've played around with this a little bit, and this version is actually a thinner version. This one is 3/4 of an inch, but the other one was actually an inch deep. So I've just used a number of different flowers here. I've also used some lovely feathers here, a lovely little butterfly. I've used acetate and vellum and stamped out some flowers. So I've also popped a couple of little beads that are on wires, and I've just slotted those in. So I really hope that you like my version of this floral envelope box. So for our box we need to use the envelope punch board, and I would like to make a box that is 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So we need to start with a piece of card that will measure 8 7/8 by 8 7/8. So I've already cut mine, and today I'm using a piece of card from a Craft Sensations paper pad, which has got a little pattern on the front but is just plain on the inside. So what we are going to do is, with the envelope punch board, we need to come where it tells us the box, the finished box size, the paper size we'll need, and also the score line we need to use. So my score line that I will use today for the first part of the box is 3 3/4 of an inch. So what you need to do here is, with your piece of card, you need to come to these measurements here at the top. So what we need to do is come in and bring our card up to the 3 3/4 of an inch point here. Make sure you've got it in right into the little groove, because the envelope punch board there has little markings just here. So make sure it is lined up correctly, and what you want to do is punch and score your first line. Now then, what you can do is make a little mark in pencil so that you know this is where you first started. So you could put a little pencil line up here after you've made your first score line and punched your little piece out. This is so that when we come on to the second part of the box, you will know exactly where you started. So I'll just grab my pencil. So what you want to do now is turn your card around like so, and ignore the measurements now at the top here. And what you want to do is the score line that you have just made, line that up. Now, I hope you can see there on the envelope punch board, we have a little marking here, and this is where we line up the previous score line. So once you have lined that up, all you want to do is punch again and score your second line, and then again you will come around, ignoring the markings at the top, and just line this up with the little score guide here and punch and score. Turning it again and lining it back up, punch and score. So that is our first lot of scoring finished. So to make our second lot of score lines and to give the box some depth, what we need to do is, where we made our pencil line here earlier, what we need to do is decide what depth you would like on your box. So I've decided today that I would like a 3/4 of an inch depth to my box. So what you will do is come back to where you made your pencil mark, and you know this is the start, you know, where you started, and you will bring your card in like so, and we started at 3 3/4, so to make 3/4 of an inch I need to move my my card along to 4 1/2 inches. And what you will do is punch and then score your line at 4 1/2 inches. So you have just made this score line here. So like we did previously, ignore these markings here at the top, and you will just turn your card around, line your score line up with the score guide, punch and score your second score line. And hopefully you can see there that we now have the depth to the box. So again, you will bring your card around, line this previous score line up that you've just made with the score guide, and again punch and make your next score line, turning it around, and we'll do our last score line. So again punch and score your line, and there is the start of the box. So we're finished with the scoreboard. So all we want to do now is just fold and burnish all of our score lines. Oh, it's an awful cold day today here. I'm nice and cosy in my craft room, but it is really cold outside, and we've actually had a little flurry of snow. However, it started raining, so hopefully that will clear the snow. So that is what we should have. So all we want to do now is get some glue. Sorry, before we go on to the glue, we need to cut up these little score lines here. I'll just grab my scissors, and what we are going to do is just these little score lines here, we just want to cut up each one and then turn it around and cut that one, and then the last one like so. So now what we are going to do is tuck these little pieces in at the side like so, and then you will fold your box up like that just before we glue it, and then again at the top, and you will see you will have the start of your little box. I'll just grab my glue. So we put a little bit of glue to start with on these tabs here, the bottom, And then what I like to do is just put a little bit of glue up these two sides here. I just find if I put it onto those two sides rather than this flap here, I know I'm not going to go too far up the card with the glue. And then what you want to do is these little tabs here, they're not actually needed because this is going to sit like this when we have our flowers on. We'll just cut those off. Might have been easier actually cutting it off before I glued it down. So that is like so. And then we need to think about arranging the flowers inside the little box now. So what I'm going to do here is just play around with all the flowers and little bits and pieces that I've got and arrange it around onto the box. I've got a glue gun here and I'll just be using the glue to stick those on. So I'm just going to speed the camera up and start sticking the flowers on. So there you go, a very pretty floral envelope box, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So I hope you have enjoyed my video today. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks ever so much for watching. I will be back very soon with another video. Take care and bye bye for now.